It's been more than 2 months since this movie released, and in honor of this movie coming out digitally, I just really wanted to make a video about it. Considering I have made Chainsaw Man my personality from these last few months because of my sheer enjoyment of watching this film in the theaters, one of the reasons because of this is the influence of this character. And it got me thinking, Reze, are you supposed to hate her? Well, if you're asking me, it's quite the opposite, because Reze, I love her. I love her. I literally cannot get her out of my head. It's crazy. It doesn't help that not only myself, but the internet as a whole has also been influenced by her as well, making her probably one of the most popular anime characters right now. I mean, take a look at this. It's a video posted by the singer of Kickback, Iris Out, Jane Doe, and many more that features Reze doing a cute little dance, which is also animated by people who work at Mappa too. The video ended up becoming a whole ass trend and the most liked anime related tweet on Twitter/X. She has so much motion that red-haired fraud could never. This 17 seconds has more animated frames than all of One Punch Man Season 3 and Invincible Season 2. Recently, there was a character popularity poll for the series where she ranked first, which might be recency bias because of the movie, but nevertheless, it's impressive that she has been in the top 5 spots for all polls so far. Ignore the fact that she has been in second place 3 times in a row. We don't talk about that. She is also probably one of the most cosplay characters in Chainsaw Man besides Makima and Power, which I feel like was also like this even before the movie came out. Now I want to talk about how us as an audience perceive her character. We all have different perspective of how we view her, whether it be she reminds you of, your first love or an ex. I feel like her whole character is to be this special someone that was very important to you that you just can't get out of your head. It's almost like a lingering curse, and Fujimoto has even said this himself. Funnily enough, on my first watch, I wasn't really convinced of her character. It was very obvious that she was faking her interactions with Denji, and everything felt a little too easy. She was laughing at his jokes, touching him a lot, and I truly believe that when they first met each other in the phone booth, she was ready to kill him, but Denji, being the absolute goat he is, rizzed her up with the flower trick, and I think that just definitely caught her off guard, forgetting about her actual mission, and made her want to know more about Denji. After learning his lore, she started to realize that, wow, this kid is literally just like me. We're in the same situation. I like how during the cafe scenes, you can see that the flower has water in it, showing you that she really cherishes the flower. Maybe like it was the first gift she ever received and she wanted to go out of her way to take care of it. I just thought that was a really cute thing I noticed when I was rewatching the film. That's why I believe that throughout all their interactions together, Reze ended up falling for him more than Denji did. Even though she said that, oh, it was all a part of my training. Girl, stop lying to yourself. When she asked him, do you want to run away together, she was being serious about it. And even in the anime, they do a little extra scene that wasn't in the manga where she kind of just grips her shoulder in frustration of wondering if she wants to even say it or not. That is just such a crazy detail to me. By the way, in this scene, I don't really blame Denji for rejecting her, because when he's worked so hard to be in the position where he's at right now, where he's finally comfortable and happy, throwing it all away because of some girl you just met, that's a lot. And you could tell that she was hurt by this decision, and this was kind of the final straw for her. Denji wants to be the city mouse and Reze wants to be the country mouse, and there's no changing that. Now, of course, it isn't crazy to say, but I could see why people would hate on her because, well, she is the villain of this arc. She has committed multiple crimes and mass slaughters, but do y'all not forget that she has stressed countless of times that she would rather avoid violence? She's just trying to do this job that she ultimately doesn't even want to do. Up to this point, she finally had a small taste of how it feels to be a normal person, and then in comes this murderous psychopath that has to ruin everything. This was the moment where she flipped her switch and she is reminded the whole reason why she came to Japan in the first place. Once she finally starts her mission, there were many instances where she would just want people to give up Denji so she can avoid combat altogether. Also, when it comes to our boy, people out there saying that she was just manipulating him all this time and she never really cared about Denji like that. I'm just like, dude, did we even watch the same movie? Then how do you explain Reze having the chance to run away from all of this when she got a flower that reminded her of Denji and decided to go back and take up on his offer of meeting him back in the cafe? Look at how she frantically runs to meet him. By the way, it was already confirmed by Fujimoto, the author, that Reze was clearly into Denji. It's funny how he watched the Reze arc recently, which I bet is such a surreal moment for him, but he said, "Man, I wish Makima didn't do that to Reze." Brother, you were the one who made the story. What are you talking about? She is the only female character so far that has the most chemistry with Denji other than Power, but that's more of a sibling dynamic. Denji's little date with Makima felt so awkward and lifeless compared to the wholesome moments that Reze and Denji had. Also, how do you explain Reze literally teaching Denji how to swim, which consisted of her weakness, water? This goes to show you that she is okay with being vulnerable if it means having a human and normal moment, which she probably also has never had herself, while giving Denji what he wants, an actual genuine connection. This leads me to something else I want to talk about, some of my favorite scenes. I think without a doubt the best scene in this movie is the pool scene. I mean, what hasn't been said about this specific scene? Probably the most talked about scene in this film, and for a good reason. Once you get to this part, you would expect it to be another one of those anime moments where it's just, oh, they're in a pool, so of course there has to be ecchi and fan service moments, but it didn't feel like that. It felt pure, genuine, and also vulnerable. Other than them hanging out in the cafe, I feel like once they finally got to the school, and specifically this pool scene, was when they really started having fun and just forgetting about everything. This scene feels like you're in the moment, and it feels so happy and vivid, almost like a memory that you cannot forget about. It's just etched into your mind, and you remember it being one of your core memories, having fun with another person and feeling nothing but pure joy. The way that this scene was directed, it just felt so beautiful, and you could tell that they really went all out for a scene that was only like 1 or 2 pages in the manga. They even went out of their way to add even more symbolism with the butterfly and the spider, and y'all can interpret this however you like. I still am trying to figure out what it means, but if you're asking me, I think that the butterfly is Denji and the spider is Reze. People have said that the butterfly is a monarch butterfly, which means it's actually poisonous, so the spider ends up being poisoned, which is kind of like how Reze gets poisoned by Denji by, you know, catching feelings for him, or rather something similar like that. I've also heard that maybe the spider webs is Makima. I don't know. This bonus little thing that they added provides so much depth, and it's crazy that we can all interpret however we like it. And then obviously we can't go anywhere without mentioning the score. The music for this whole movie was amazing. In the Pool is one of the highlights, one of the best songs in this whole OST. It absolutely enhanced the scene. It felt so beautiful. The little like melody that repeats, oh my god, it's so iconic and catchy. Kensuke Ushio is honestly the GOAT. He threw in crack in this fucking OST. Holy shit. In the Pool is a lot of people's favorite song, but this leads me to my actual favorite scene in this movie, and that would be the summer festival scene. Oh my god, Junya, you like the stereotypical anime summer festival scene? Yes I do. You got a problem with that? Now this is the scene that had me going back to the theater every other day. I honestly cannot tell you how much I love this scene so much. I'm full glaze in this scene, bro. This might be like one of my favorite anime scenes of all time. From the moment I saw it for the first time till even now, this scene makes me feel so emotional for some reason. I have no idea why. From the amazing soundtrack that plays, which is my favorite song from this OST, to the way it was directed and how it's blurry and feels like a fleeting memory, which was actually done on purpose because it's even like this in the manga. In contrast to the pool scene, which feels like a very vivid moment, this is the opposite, where it feels like a fuzzy memory that kind of feels like a dream, but you know it actually did happen, or a last moment that you had with someone before you never see them again. And the face that Denji makes, oh my god, god, it gets me every time. When you're having one of the best dreams ever, this is the last thing you see before your alarm wakes you up. The warm and saturated lights, the hazy atmosphere, the melancholic and nostalgic sound coming from the beautiful melody that plays throughout this scene. It just evokes nothing but pure, genuine love. Peak, goddammit, it's fucking peak. I feel like in this scene especially, Reze wasn't pretending at all. She was just being herself. So in the context of watching this and Reze leading Denji to just have fun, eat food, and happy to be experiencing new things along with the only person who ever treated her as an actual human being and not some sort of soldier. It's beautiful and bittersweet. I also relate to the blurry nature of this scene because this is how I feel with my daily life. You know, I feel like as I get older, things are very blurry, and of course I'm experiencing things, but everything is moving so fast and life really just does feel like a blur. Those were the two scenes that really personally connected with me. We all know that the action scenes are absolutely breathtaking, but guys, I am an avid slice of life and romance comedy enjoyer, so best believe that the first half were hands down my favorite parts of the movie. You would have thought this was just about a chainsaw man killing devils, which is true, but if anything, this movie is a love story. It's about finding your first love and being free from all of your troubles, at least if it was just for a little bit. Denji's interactions with Reze were so wholesome that it ended up making the later fights even more impactful. Reze is the star of this movie. You know, this arc is literally about her, so understanding her is pretty important because she's a very complex character. She's a femme fatale, so I can see why people wouldn't like her because she seems like another girl who is just here to use Denji, but that's only if you look at her on a surface level. Instead, I see Reze as a girl who just desperately wants to be free. Meeting him was the closest thing she's ever had to becoming normal for once. Yes, she had ulterior motives, but she didn't actually go through with them until she was rejected by the one person she thought she could run away with. We spent the first 40 minutes of this film with one of the only girls to ever give Denji genuine affection and chemistry. So, Reze, are you supposed to hate her? It's entirely up to you, but if you're asking me specifically, my answer is I love her. I was like some of y'all, I didn't like her at first, but after rewatching this film countless of times, I only love her more and more. If you made it this far in the video, I very much appreciate you for watching it through. This is my first anime type video, so it was a lot of fun making. Talking about this movie made me happy, so I just wanted to share some of my excitement with y'all. Also, I know I'm late, but I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I got some exciting things cooking up, and I plan on streaming very soon, so be on the lookout for that. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I don't have an outro, so